Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. This hammer was badly split, and I thought, well, I wonder if I could fix it. First thing in my mind. This is how I went about it. You might have seen me using this dead blow hammer when I was driving the handle into the stone cutting hammer, and also when I was driving the handle into the 12-pound sledge. Well, this hammer came from the dumpster behind Harbor Freight, and I fully admit that it's just a piece of crap. It was broken when I got it. And I didn't expect it to last a whole long time. Well, it has. It has, and it's done a fine job. Even though somebody really beat the crap out of this thing. I think they used it as a backer and hit it with another hammer, because I can't see destroying one of the dead blows just by swinging it. I've had this one since 2004, and I bought it at Princess Auto. This is a Power Fist from Princess Auto up in Canada. Can't think of the name of the city right now. But anyways, I was up there on a job and I needed a little hammer, and I went down there and bought this 1-pound dead blow hammer, and I've beaten the crap out of it. I mean, I've chipped the face and done some other things to it, but it's never cracked and smashed like this one. And it's not that the plastic is weak. I mean, it holds up really good. I mean, you saw me beating the hammer with it. So I think somebody did something to this that you're not supposed to do to a hammer. But it held up, and I'm impressed by that enough that I spent some time, effort, and a little bit of Ultimate Fast Drying Waterproof Glue. The Ultimate Multi-Surface Adhesive. Made by Aleenes. A-L-E-E-N-E-S. Fast drying waterproof for use on metal, glass, plastic, wood, fabric, and more. We're going to see just how well it does on this stuff. I think it's worth the time, I think it's worth the money, and I think it's worth using the glue, because I bought this glue for another project, which it did quite well, and it's been sitting on the shelf since. So a little bit of this, gluing that back together again. I'm going to give it a few hours, then I'll take the clamps off. Probably I'll take the clamps off in the morning and see how well things hold up, and then we'll move it around and do a little bit more gluing, because the faces are kind of chopped up. But I don't want to put glue on the faces and then clamp it in the vise and glue it to the soft jaws on the vise. Learn something new. I can melt this back together again a lot better than I can glue it. And it seems to seal up. Now, admittedly, it's a hammer out of the dumpster. But it was holding together. I just thought if I could stop it from going further, that would probably be a good idea. And I tried the glue, and the glue worked. It's more of a rubber cement than glue. And it does stick, but it's not a filler. But I think this face is not any good for striking anymore. This one is still solid. It's got a crack that ran back into there from that face. But this one was really badly damaged. It was cracked all the way up around in here. There's a big chunk here. It was only hanging on by the face. And then there's a crack there. But by heating it up and forcing the melted plastic down into the crack, and I was overheating it in the beginning. That's why I got black marks. I was heating it too hot. Soldering gun gets up around 600 degrees, and that's too hot. So triggering it, I was able to actually control the temperature, and then kind of glued it back together again, kind of melted it back together again. Now I'm sure there's better ways. The temperature controlled gun. I know there's plastic welders that you can buy, but I didn't want to invest any money in this old hammer, because if it didn't work, worst that would happen is I'd say, okay, bye. But now I have a functioning hammer. I had a functioning hammer before, but I felt like it was getting worse. So let's see if this holds it together for a little while, and we'll see how we do. Of course, if I'm not setting 12-pound hammerheads, then it probably would last a long time, because it's just for tunking. It's not for whaling. Well, it was when it was new, but now it is not new, and I shouldn't be whaling with it. But if I do, and I break it, I'm not out anything. Every day that I'm able to use it is a day that I don't have to buy one. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.